So, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie has been in development for something like 5 years, and we still have no idea when it'll be out. So what can we look forward to in the meantime? What's that? A Five Nights at Freddy's-esque horror romp starring Nicolas Cage as a janitor who has to fight his way through evil hordes of animatronics so that he can continue his quest to clean? Just what the doctor ordered.
Is that a siren? What's that? And that? And that?
So, Wally's Wonderland. You may have heard of it, you may not have. Well, if you're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's or even just horror in general, I think you'll be especially interested in this episode. The synopsis on the IMDb page reads, "A quiet drifter is tricked into a janitorial job at the now-condemned Wally's Wonderland. The mundane tasks suddenly become an all-out fight for survival against wave after wave of demonic animatronics. Fists fly, kicks land, titans clash, and only one side will make it out alive." A pretty familiar premise, right? Well, we know a lot more about it than that. Come with me while we learn more about what could possibly be one of the funniest and entertaining horror movies of the year, if it gets released this year. For one, recently there were some
Who are they, people?
behind the scenes that let us see what the animatronics look like. Here is presumably Wally.
Willy?
Holy shit. Is it cool that they're using practical effects? We also get to see the scale and realism. They're actually pretty accurate to early restaurant animatronics like Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese's. Plus, Wally here is terrifyingly tall. We can also see another animatronic here with a performer inside. According to the writer Geo Parsons on Twitter, the animatronics are going to be almost entirely puppeteered or performed practically, meaning hopefully we'll get a good sense of realism. Let's just hope this isn't another Banana Splits. Let's take a look at the main attraction though, Nicolas Cage, the absolutely legendary actor. Many know him from National Treasure or his more interesting roles, or maybe you know him from some of the movies he's actually been good in. Recently, he's had a sort of horror resurgence, with Mom and Dad and Mandy both being loved for different reasons. So hopefully this movie will be following in those footsteps. Moving on to plot, I will go into a spoiler-free section here, and when I get to spoilers, I'll let you know. I asked the writer on Twitter if the movie would be more comedy or a full-on horror flick, and here's what he said. "I can only speak to the script. I wrote it as serious and scary, in that once all the fun begins, because we're taking it so seriously, you can't help but laugh your ass off. If that makes sense, instead of horror comedy, but I think it's funny and cheer along." Can I be honest? I literally have no idea what to make of his response. But in a way, it makes me more excited. It seems like the energy that this tweet has is going to be the same energy that goes into the movie. A kind of confusing and energized movie. Eventually, the name of this film might change due to legal reasons to Willy's Wonderland. This seems especially likely because everything on the IMDb page says Willy instead of Wally. By looking to the IMDb credits, we can see what the other animatronics are. Cammy the Chameleon, Artie the Alligator, Tito Turtle, and of course, Willy/Wally the Weasel. There's some other names here that sound like they might be animatronics, Nighty Night and Siren Sarah. I can't be sure that these are animatronics, but they sound like they could be. There's also a group of teenagers in the film, but other than that, I can't say much without spoilers, so skip here if you don't want spoilers. If you're still here, let's go. I read a review of the script that was released last year. It's apparently a 93-page script, being expected to come out to be a 3-minute movie. The author of the article seemed to have good things to say about it, even going as far as to say that it might be the best B-horror movie. The important plot information I gathered from the review was this. A group of pedophiles perform some sort of ritual so that their souls will live on inside these animatronics. Nick Cage's character's car mysteriously and conveniently breaks down in the middle of nowhere. He takes his car to a mechanic, but doesn't have the money to pay for the repairs. So, being stuck out in the middle of Nevada, the janitor, as Nick Cage's character is called, is tasked with cleaning up Wally's Wonderland for reopening, as a way to work off his debt. Like a really shitty Animal Crossing. There's also a mention in the article about the animatronics that are a little bit different than the lineup we see in the IMDb page, but these could have been changed after the article was published. Apparently, at this point, it's revealed that the whole job for the janitor was a ploy to sacrifice him to the animatronics. Apparently, the ostrich animatronic attacks first, but the janitor is unfazed and easily destroys it with a mop. Then he goes back to cleaning. Apparently, this is when the teenagers come into play. Unlike the janitor, they are not
the teenagers,
but they are attempting to burn Wally's to the ground to stop the sacrifices.
I don't get it.
And just like with the animatronics, the janitor seems unfazed. Apparently, he just wants to clean and doesn't really care about the children getting killed by pedophile-possessed animatronics. Also, apparently at the end, the janitor has his hands tied behind his back, meaning that he has to fight off the animatronics without using his hands. I'm very excited for that portion of the movie. Apparently, the animatronics continue to come after him until finally Wally himself has to take him on. Other than that, that's all this article really reveals. Keep keep in mind the script is up to change. The script review was released in November of last year, meaning there was plenty of time for changes. But still, from what I've heard, it sounds really exciting. Alright, so what do you think about this movie? According to the IMDb
that
page,
is
the writer on
ridiculous,
Twitter,
and I
he has
know
finished
it.
filming and is in editing. The writer was hoping to have it out by Halloween,
I don't know
but
about
who's to say during
that
this quarantine? Either way, I
kind
hope
of
you're all doing
movie,
well.
but
Wash your hands, stay inside,
that's
and let me know what
kind
you
of
want me to cover
ridiculous
next on my Twitter or
to
Instagram.
see.
See you all next time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.